Hey, it's the nerdy cooking lady, and we're going to be making Silence of the Lamb chops for this Halloween month from The Nightmare Before Dinner. And we're going to need to marinate the lamb slightly longer than I have to make it tonight. So I'm going to let it marinate overnight, and tomorrow we'll finish up this recipe. Let's get going. Alright, in here we've mixed up our 1/4 of a cup of apple cider, or 1/4 of a cup of olive oil, 1 garlic clove crushed, although I just put in a few of my roasted, half a teaspoon of sea salt, and I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. I also put in a fresh sprig of rosemary from outside. That's going to be our marinade. We are going to put our lamb chop in a marinade. Mush it down. Make sure it's coated. Refrigerate that overnight, although they said 2 to 6 hours, or overnight, I guess. Alright, to make the compote that goes under the lamb, we're going to have portobello mushrooms, green onions, apple, white onion I need to get rid of. Got garlic, salt, pepper, and rosemary in here. And we are going to mix all that together with some apple cider in our pan and butter. Now we've got our butter sizzling away over here. Let that melt down a little more. Add in our seasonings. And we'll add in our chopped vegetables next. Alright, that's going to simmer away a little. I probably need a slightly bigger pan, but hey, you deal with what you got. While that's cooking up, we're going to be stirring up our lamb. And if we had had a grill, we could have grilled it, like 3 minutes on each side, but instead we're going to be sauteing it in the marinade that we put it in overnight. So we got those two pieces. Let me brown in those up, see how it goes. Now that I've got a nice sear on each side of the lamb, I'm going to let it rest over here until we're ready to plate. Looks like my vegetable apple compote is also ready, so the last thing to do is make the sauce. Last but not least, we're going to reduce down this raspberry maple glaze and get it ready to put on top of our plating. That is 2 tablespoons of raspberry jelly, about a tablespoon or a little less of soy sauce, and 2 big tablespoons of water. If you put a little more, it's fine, it'll cook out. While that sauce is reducing down, I'm going to mention the Gamers and Geeks Can Cook playlist. A playlist composed of all amazing cooks like myself and a few others that I know. If you want to be a part of the playlist, well, you make a cooking video, you mention the playlist, and you're added. Pretty easy, unlike cooking this. Although this was a really good recipe, so far at least. I guess we'll taste it in a little bit. Let's go. Now that my sauce is reduced down to a nice thick raspberry sauce, we will plate up a piece of the lamb and see how it looks. And here we have our finished lamb chops with the raspberry sauce and our mushrooms compote underneath. Right, I've got a nice little bite of this with some mushroom and some of the sauce, and here we go. Wow, that is actually really good. The sauce and the apples tie in a nice sweetness to something that's really savory. Dang, I'm gonna make that again. There's a nice sear on the lamb. It's a nice medium inside for me. I love this. I'm going to have dinner here in a minute. Well, thanks for joining me. You know the drill. I'll see you in the next video we make. Laters.